You will finish this episode with a live dashboard that answers your questions in plain English. Type a question, and Contrive builds the chart for you. No drag and drop, no formula bar, no waiting on a data team. You will have a working prototype in under 15 minutes. By the end, you will know exactly when to trust it and when to walk away. If you are a founder, a product manager, or an analyst drowning in repetitive reporting, this is for you. You know the drill. Someone asks for a sales breakdown. You open a spreadsheet, you pivot, you filter, you reformat. That is an hour gone. Contrive removes that entire loop. Instead of fighting the tool, you ask the question directly. This matters for solo operators who wear 3 hats. You do not have time to become a SQL expert. You have answers you need before the next stand-up. The tool is also for agencies that build client dashboards repeatedly. You can prototype in minutes, then refine. But let me be clear. This is not for people who need pixel-perfect, branded deliverables. This is for speed and for discovering what actually matters in your data. If you want a polished executive report, you will be disappointed. Start by connecting a data source. Contrive accepts CSVs, Google Sheets, and major databases. This first step matters because everything else depends on clean input. Upload a messy file, and your charts will lie to you. After the file is in, you land on a blank canvas. That is your starting line. Next, you type your first question in the query bar. Something like, show monthly revenue by region. Do not overthink the phrasing. The model handles synonyms and abbreviations. Hit enter. Within seconds, a chart appears. That is the moment you will feel the magic. But here is why the step matters. You are not just getting a visual. The system also generates the underlying logic. You can see the summary table it uses. That is your check for accuracy. Always inspect that table before trusting the chart. People skip this, and they pay for it later. Now, refine the chart. Ask for a breakdown instead of a sum. Type, add profit margin as a line. The chart updates in place. This iterative loop is the core value. You are not redoing work. You are layering questions on top of each other. Each question builds on the last. Then, you can save this as a widget. Widgets are modular. You can drag them into a dashboard layout. Dashboards are just collections of widgets. This means you can build one view for sales, one for ops, and switch between them without requerying. When you want to share, you generate a link. The link is live. Whoever opens it sees the current data, not a stale export. That is a massive step up from sending PDFs. Here is a workflow that works well. Start with broad questions to explore what is in your data. Then narrow down based on what looks interesting. Use the Ask Follow-up feature to drill into anomalies. For example, if you see a spike in March, ask, why did revenue spike in March? Contrive will pull the likely drivers. That is a time saver you will rely on. The final step is formatting. You can adjust colors, titles, and labels. Keep it minimal. The tool is not a design suite. Spend your time on the questions, not the aesthetics. Now, the real test. I took a CSV of 12 months of e-commerce data. It had 14,000 rows, covering orders, returns, and customer segments. I connected the file at 2:03 p.m. I asked for total revenue by month. Chart appeared at 2:04. Then I asked for a breakdown by customer segment. Another minute. By 2:07, I had a 4-widget dashboard, revenue trend, segment split, return rate, and top products. I generated a shareable link at 2:08. Total time, 5 minutes. Cost, 0, because I was on the free tier. Output quality was decent for exploration. The charts were readable, and the summary tables match my manual calculations for 3 key metrics. File size was irrelevant since it is cloud-based. For comparison, building the same in a traditional BI tool takes about 40 minutes if you know the tool well. The accuracy was fine for discovery. I would not send that dashboard to a board meeting, but for internal decisions, it held up. Let me be honest about the limits. First, Contrive struggles with complex joins. If your data lives across multiple tables and you need precise relationships, the generated logic gets messy. It will guess, and guesses can be wrong. You need to verify the underlying query. That is fine if you can read SQL, but if you cannot, you are blind. Second, the tool has no alerting or scheduled refreshes. Your dashboard updates when you open it, but there is no proactive push. You will not get a notification when a metric breaks a threshold. For operational monitoring, that is a deal breaker. Third, the chart library is limited. If you need a waterfall, a Sankey, or any custom visualization, you are out of luck. The tool gives you the basics, and nothing more. You should not use this. Data engineers. You will fight the abstraction. You need direct control over queries and pipelines. Also, anyone producing client-facing reports with strict branding requirements should skip it. The output is functional, not polished. Push it with massive datasets and queries slow down noticeably. Beyond 100,000 rows, you will wait. That kills the conversational flow. The obvious alternative is a tool like Tableau or Power BI. These give you full control, advanced visualization, and proper governance. They win when you need consistency across an organization, with scheduled reports and role-based access. If your team lives in one of those ecosystems, switching to Contrive creates friction. They also win when you need custom calculations that the natural language layer cannot express. You will hit a wall with niche business logic, and in a mature tool, you can always code your way around it. Contrive wins on speed, but it loses on depth. Pick your trade-off. Today, take your messiest spreadsheet and upload it. Ask one question you already know the answer to. Check if the tool gets it right. That single test will tell you whether it fits your workflow. If it passes, build your second dashboard tomorrow. If it fails, you just saved yourself a subscription fee. Next week, we will show you how to write custom formulas and calculations without coding.